at this level, this is just one of those characters where you're like, okay, I'm locked in. I'm locked in on this character, you know? And it looks like, you know, join the community, you know, towards the second end of Smash 4, maybe / beginning of Ultimate. So, you know, if you fell in love with Robin, that's your character, you know, and this character, very, very interesting. You know, like the projectile system, very tough, you know, and then this character also packs a whopping punch in the air too, like forward air and up air that I think a lot of people forget about. So let's see how this one's going to play out here, man. Pikachu, still terrifying to fight. I don't care who's piloting Pikachu. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here.
Nasty, man. Oh, I wish that sweet spotted. You know, no offense to Tuitt, but that was an incredible way to open up the match. It was almost a beautiful 0 to death. Sour spot on the down air, though. You hate to see it, Rob. What a thunder jolt. And that's what I'm saying right before the match. Off stage with ShinyMark, as you would expect from an amazing Pikachu player. This is where you're going to see him shine, especially against someone like Robin.
The bottom characters are so easy to beat up off stage because you really have to trust in your off stage gameplay to really go for something like that. And I think Pikachu at this level, that's regrab. Please get off of the ledge ASAP.
Off the ledge, but I like the idea there too. I think Tuitt had a good escape plan to get away from the ledge jump. No invulnerability to be had. But here we go. He's gonna have to fight his way back. Going low too, avoiding the thunder jolt. The pressure though from ShinyMark has been immaculate so far, Rod.
Yeah, you can't get too button happy though versus somebody like Robin. I mean, when you play a character like this, when you main a character like this, mind you, remember he has no secondaries. When you main a character like this, you know that a good chunk, you know, of the characters in the game are going to be able to just out-button you. You know, either in terms of strength or in terms of speed right there, but doesn't really need to out-button him there that time. I mean, just the good old-fashioned down special is going to be enough to do it right here from ShinyMark. So great gameplay here. Only 4% put on the board. What are you to do? You're just a guy with the sword and a book. What you going to do?
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a nightmare matchup for Robin, honestly. I feel like Tuitt is just getting overwhelmed. ShinyMark's pressure and the way that he's positioning himself, and these thunder jolts are just insanity, Rod. This is what you want to see from the character Pikachu.
Oh yeah. Yes, most definitely. You know, Esam is somewhere certainly smiling right now, saying, I told you so. This character is terrifying. I told you so. And are we going to see it? I mean, I don't actually know what past me. I'm not even going to say it. I don't even want to speak it into reality. I just hope that Tuitt can get one for himself.
Uh-oh. Well, it's looking bad. This is going to be really, really tough for Robin. Nice job jumping out there. Don't be surprised, though, if the next time Tuitt's in the disadvantage getting comboed by Pikachu, he might try to jump again, and ShinyMark might call it out. I'm just saying, ShinyMark definitely really good at calling out habits. So here comes the Nair, up tilt. Okay.
Ooh. No, Frosty, yeah, recover just a little bit of that. And, you know, it also hurts, too, that a lot of what, you know, Tuitt wants to do with Robin is such a telegraphed option. I mean, you know what he's going to do a lot of times before he even does it, just because they spend so much time on the other side of the stage. Great forward air here, but I need to see a couple more at least to get a stock taken. There's Thoron.
Ooh, good coverage there, too. Love catching the tech in place. Oh, back here, though, and the bad DI. There you go, Rod. Tuitt on the board. Very nice. Good shot for the Thunder, just showing him what's up. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't speak it into reality. I didn't want to see a 3 stock. I was like, you got to at least get 1. You know, game 1 is the download match. Oh, okay, directional air dodge down. Not the best option in the world, especially if it's going to be a... Oh my god, that was almost a regrab, because his down air gameplay at the ledge has been ridiculous, but so has literally every other form of aerial from Pikachu in this match. It's been terrifying at the ledge here for Tuitt. ShinyMark is going to go up again.
That's what I'm talking about, too, right there. So he threw a Thunder Jolt low, and Tuitt did not want to deal with it, so he jumped, and immediately the fair was there. It's just amazing conditioning off stage, good set play as well, just recognizing patterns in the disadvantage. Tuitt got away with a jump there in some combo strings, so I think that ShinyMark was looking to cover it for 2 reasons. 1, the Thunder Jolt was in place below, and then 2, it's just been a go-to option for Tuitt, and honestly, everyone in Smash Ultimate kind of jumps out of disadvantage a lot, so good coverage from ShinyMark, something that Pikachu might be the best, if not just one of the best in the game at, is going off stage and destroying opponents who do not have amazing recoveries. And got to give Tuitt a lot of credit for the way he was able to hold onto his stock. Some of his recoveries were very tricky and very good and very well placed. Other times, though, they were good. They were just getting covered. So ShinyMark taking that one down. That was almost one of the best 0 to deaths I've seen out of the gate, honestly. That would have been, if that hit, that would have been a clip for eternity. That was just incredible.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I got to really, you know, tip my hat to Tuitt as well. You know, the going as low as you can for up special, you know what I'm saying? That is certainly a very, very daunting task, especially when you got a Pikachu standing at the ledge waiting for you, you know, and they have Pikachu, Pichu, they have so many options that cover either jump, the neutral get up, depending, you know, if they're going to grab you again and try to reset the situation. If you roll, there's a chance, and depending on how they're positioned, you could, you know, run into down smash. I mean, Pikachu, very terrifying. And, you know, I don't want to take too much away from Robin because, you know, Robin again can certainly get the job done, but it's going to take a lot here. You know, this character definitely outbuttons you. You know, in terms of strength, that's, you know, certainly up for debate, but you're going to have to try to bait and punish Pikachu in. And even when Pikachu does get in, you're going to have to account for, oh my God, that there's just going to be a time where you might just actually just lose neutral. Like, it's just going to happen.
There's the 0 to death out of the gate that we were looking for. Not quite as cool looking as the first one would have been, but still good capitalization by Mark. ShinyMark just looking incredible right now. He's working on another clean stock. Okay, good Nosferatu. Gotta say, Tuitt does have some good shield conditioning, landing some Nosferatus and having good patience with that move, but man, oh man, this is the ShinyMark show 100%. I don't think it's cool that we went to FD and Pikachu still gets the song advantage. Like, it's not cool that we put a Pokemon song on the stage, even though it isn't ShinyMark's counterpick. It's just not fair, Rob, in my opinion.
Most definitely, man. There's a little bit of a power up there, man, if I may say so myself. You know what's real, though? I play Link, and I actually don't care much for the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild music, at least. You know, I'm like,
what, really?
You know, throw Toon Link's tracks on. Yeah, man, I'm a full scheme ahead guy. You know what I mean?
You mean like fighting in Smash?
Yeah, fighting.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, Breath of the Wild music's very like tranquil and like, it's great, but you're right, not the correct context for it. Missing that back air though. Tuitt trying to put himself on the board. I like the way they just closed the gap here, but he still needs to take a stock, which can be a really, really tough fight, part of fighting Pikachu.
Yeah, great patience to just turn around, go for the grab. I'm sure he probably would have preferred the back throw, but you know what though, when you go up against somebody like Pikachu and you're Robin, you just really take what you can get sometimes. Okay, avoiding the forward air. That 2 forward air is almost 3 in a row and pops him right off of his feet. My goodness.
Okay, Ledge Trapping's going to Arc Fire. Oh, the Thoron lingers just enough. One of the longest projectiles, if not just straight up the longest projectile in the game. It's got a ridiculous hitbox on it, so linger just enough to catch even the skinny Pikachu hurtbox. Very nice stuff. Forward smash though with punishing. Positioning here.
Almost caught him with that Arc Fire there just a moment before. Yes. Back throw, or excuse me, the back air right off of the ledge trunk there. The ledge. Can we get another one? Oh my God. So smart to actually press a button here that time, man. Traditionally, you know, he's been going for like neutral get up or like jump. I understand. That time he knew I have to press a button. I'm not really looking for too much percent. I just need to get my feet on the stage.
Wow, that was really smart. The 2 hitboxes created there by the projectiles, including throwing his own sword, kind of created a path for himself. Kind of create a path forward to it himself to make it back to the ledge. So good stuff here. Coming down to almost an even game. We do have the 11 sword online as well with a full rage Robin. This could get really tricky really fast.
Yeah, and this is what I was kind of talking about, man, this bait and punish gameplay. Like, yeah, we know Pikachu's going to beat you in terms of pressing buttons. Pikachu's frame data is going to always be better than Robin. So what do you do in just the realm of fighting games in general? You have to figure out a way to get into your opponent's head and make them move the way you want to. And unfortunately enough here in Robin's case, you know, you definitely have the projectile system to, well, you kind of have the projectile system to condition Pikachu. You know, Pikachu can duck under some stuff too, which is kind of messed up, but if implemented properly, it can be done.
Did he just walk underneath that?
Yeah.
The Matrix slow-mo, that was so clean. I like that a lot.
We'll have to see if he is the one right here, though. Great in there. There's the up tilt forward air. No platforms here either to save you. So, yeah, this is, it gets a little tricky right here for Robin.
Oh, Sage again, though. I do think Tuitt has been put in that situation before. He'll get trumped and he'll get out of the disadvantage situation afterwards. He's very good at like keeping his head on his shoulders and not just like, you know, doing a scaredy cat air dodge or anything like that. Harry looking for the punish, can't find him. Peek on the ground, he's not going to get scooped by that forward air unless, I don't even know if there's a perfect spacing for that, but it's just hard to. Thoron again. Looking good so far for Tuitt for the stock. He's got to take it though.
Yeah. There you go. Oh my, okay, that's gonna actually do it. Great stuff here, man. Tuitt showing a little ingenuity here, man. He's like, you know, I know my buttons aren't the best, but you know, my projectile system is what's gonna keep me in this forward air. You know what though? I will say this. This loss right here, very respectable. I mean, all the losses, of course, have, you know, been respectable, but that one there really showed, you know, Tuitt's ability to just really think on the fly and really adapt to some of these less than favorable spots he's been put in. You know, game number 1 was kind of overwhelming. But the fact that the game at least went down to final stock, I think, is very telling for how the set may end.
Yeah, man. And I think if I'm Tuitt, like, obviously you don't want to lose that game, but you did, like, borderline SG the first stock. Obviously, it took some capitalization on ShinyMark's part to take the stock finally. But if I'm Tuitt, I'm like, you know what? That game was closer than it seemed like it was. I think I'm learning some stuff. You got to stay positive. Be realistic about the position you're in, but also don't be too down on yourself. I think he's in a fine position here to take a game. Then after that, see where it goes. So See what he can do, though. It's still going to be a tough matchup. It's still going to be, an uphill battle for him. But I think he can definitely take a game here, Rod, for sure. And that's step number 1 to making a 3-0 comeback, right?
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, just no platforms. You just don't really get the ability to land properly. Then, Robin can do some cool stuff with platforms as well. I mean, of course, as cool the stuff as you have that you can do on this platform, Pikachu can, of course, do some very terrifying things as well. But I just feel like, any sort of slight advantage, especially when it comes to staging and position that he can take, you might want to use it, man. So let's see what this next match brings us here. Is this going to be the final match here for Tuitt, or can he dig deep and turn this thing around?
I definitely believe in him. I've seen a lot of interesting options in order to protect himself on his way back to the stage. I think if he just kind of implements a little bit of a better way to take the first stock here, I think taking the first stock of this matchup is going to be enormous. And right now, Tuitt is playing very patiently, not letting the Thunder Jolts overwhelm him or anything, just playing nice and patiently. I like it. It's easy to get antsy when you're down 2-0, you know what I mean? But a good Robin player, Tuitt is that, is going to stick to his guns and just play very patiently and safe. And look at that, Rod, already off to an amazing best start he's had so far, easily.
Oh, free. And he's staying up underneath that platform, too. I mean, you really have to just commend him for that, not coming towards center stage. Pikachu wants you kind of like that Pokeball area. That's where things get a little bit crazy. But, you can kind of turtle under this stage, just kind of keep Pikachu out. You'll be good to go. This could be the opportunity he needs. Oh, well, I thought he was actually going to come up and try to catch that up special, but obviously not a lot of landing lag on that move, so probably best to just keep up the game plan at hand. Oh, jumps over it. Yeah, the projectiles, as great as they are, a little telegraphed. So Pikachu, of course, as nimble as this character is, can get in and out and weave really well.
Good control here from Tuitt. I like the way he's using... Oh, okay, snagging the item. Oh, he grabbed it right back. Nice grab by ShinyMark, throwing it. Uh-oh. Check. Oh, he waited that whole time. That was brilliant. He wasn't able to capitalize, though. Again, good timing here from both players. Tuitt trying to fight his way out of the corner. Got to get around with Thunder Jolt. Okay.
Down.
He does that.
Yeah, very traditional Pikachu stuff we're seeing here, too. Kind of almost, I would almost argue, taking the page here maybe out of Tuitt's look. I mean, Thunder Jolt into something that obviously doesn't quite have the projectile system Robin has, but oh no, my goodness. Talk about turning a bad situation into a good one, but still backing off. And this is a sign of a really great player, knowing that you do have stage advantage and just sticking to your guns. But great anti-air up smash right there from ShinyMark, regaining the lead. But for how much longer, man? 126%, you're knocking on Dev's door.
One of these players has Guile from Street Fighter as their like little pog icon, and that was a flash pick if I've ever seen one. You know what I mean? That was like a really, really great typical anti-air for a KO too. That ShinyMark really needed, because this was feeling very strong for Tuitt at the start, but now he needs to take a stock off of Pikachu, who has a stock lead. I don't think ShinyMark's going to give up too much in terms of control of this matchup if he can, but the jab is going to do just that, Rod. Tie game now, 2 stocks apiece.
And I like that ShinyMark kind of slowed it down there too. Game number 1 and 2, he went very quick. It's kind of in his face. He knew that he could overwhelm him, but I think if you understand that where both of you and your opponent are both positioned in bracket, that overwhelming is not going to work throughout the entirety of this set. They're going to start to figure some things out. I like that up smash that we've seen before, because Robin's going to jump. Robin's going to try to jump in and try to scoop with that forward air. Pikachu's not crouching. They're going to try to jump and do something. So really great to slow everything down. But when the game is played at the ledge, all right, it just seems like it moves in fast motion. Like it just seems like, you know what I'm saying, like you're off stage 1 second, and then the next second you're getting down there. So please keep your feet on stage. The ladder?
The Levin sword. Yeah, the Levin sword wasn't online yet. That could have been monstrous for Tuitt. But just like that, Rod, he's back in this game and actually has the lead after losing the first stock, which is incredibly hard to do, especially against a Pikachu of ShinyMark's caliber. So far, so good for Tuitt. He's got to take the stock, though, Rod.
Yeah, and he has to take it fast, man. Because, I mean, all these little hits, even though you're not really exchanging anything, but all these little hits are definitely going to start to catch up over time. Great air dodge, gets through with the forward air, but still looking to pin him down in the corner. Forward smash from Pikachu extends so far away from his body. Such a tough move to work around. And then even if it does land, since it ends so quickly, it's hard to punish.
Okay, juking him out with a quick attack. Good pressure here. Forward air. Oh, trying to read a roll or some kind of, maybe a spot dodge, something like that. I like the idea of the up smash. Off stage now. What's it going to be? Forcing him to go low. The back air. Oh, he tried to get a little too tricky with it, too. It dropping that stock either way. ShinyMark getting creative, though, off stage. Okay, nice. I like that he went for the up air there, because there's been a couple opportunities where ShinyMark does a turnaround Thunder Jolt, and it just hadn't worked out. So I like that he's going with the bridge and the guaranteed stuff instead, Rod, since he has the guaranteed stock lead, and that is going to do it For sure. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you have a good advantage state. Trick your opponent into doing the wrong thing at the wrong time instead of taking little hits of damage. Very nice job by ShinyMark dunking to it for the last stock there. And I got to say, that was a 2-stock by ShinyMark, but it felt a lot closer, honestly. I think Tuitt did a commendable job playing that matchup, especially when he didn't SD or give up stocks very early like he did in the first 2 games.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a free match, that's for sure. I think when you play somebody like Robin, you know that there's going to be a lot of characters in this roster that are going to be able to just do things better than you. So you already have in your head you're going to play the slow game. The slow game, not in terms of like just spamming projectiles or doing stuff like that, but just for the sake of like trying to cool your jets and just trying to figure out what your opponent's going to do. I think Tuitt did a phenomenal job at that, but I just at this point in time in bracket hazmat, like the pressure's on, like these people are not here to play around at all. So you really got to bring your A game, and if it's a matchup that you feel like you might not do the best in, that's where the secondaries come in. But for those of us who missed the head-to-head, Tuitt doesn't have any secondaries. Like, I'm just robbing until I die. So
yeah, which you do have to respect, because